So I didn't know how to do this really as a skit because there was a lot going on. So, excuse me. Story time. Last night had um, a huge line, obviously. Best time for Karens to come through. So what happens is, again, new system, person can pay before we're done, and then when we're done, it'll take the full payment. So she does this and goes down and starts to bag her items. So I hit the payment screen, hit all the buttons I need to hit to have the payment go through, and it comes up and says insufficient funds. Keeping in mind she was using an EBT card. Now, for those of you who don't know how to use an EBT card, if you have the amount of funds for your food on the EBT card, it will take all the funds for that amount of food that you're paying for, and whatever is not food, it will leave a balance for, like, shampoo, soap, soda, that kind of stuff. When I told her that it said insufficient funds, she's like, well, why didn't it print a receipt? Which normally on our old system, it did. This one, our new system, doesn't do that. So, but we can now check the balance in the payment screen. And she was getting so upset. I'm like, ma'am, if you like, we can check your balance. Before we take stuff off, let's check your balance. Oh, okay, no problem. So she only had an $818.60 on the EBT card. It was not enough to cover all the food that she had. Was not enough. Was not enough to cover all the food that she bought. Because she also had non-food items. So I said, okay, do you want to use the $118.60 and then pay the rest another way? She's like, yes, I have cash. Sure, no problem. Put in the $118. Brought her balance down to a certain total. Why is it so much? I'm like, well, you just used $118.60 of your EBT, so that's not all the food that it's covered, plus you have your non-food items. That doesn't make sense. Why did you split it up? What do you mean split it up? They always split up my non-food items from my food items. Every time I use my EBT, if you have enough to pay for all your food. And that's exactly what I told her. I go, ma'am, if you have enough on your EBT card to pay for all your food, it will normally split up your non-food. However, it doesn't automatically make a separate list, which it doesn't. It doesn't make a separate list for non-food items and food items. They've always done that for me before. They've always... No, ma'am, we have not. You're new. How long have you been here? I was like, well, I've been here for 5 years prior to a 4-year hiatus, and this is my 2nd year back. You're new. I don't know you. You've never done this before. Get me somebody who'd do it, because they always do it for me before. Okay, ma'am. Now here's another thing. While we're waiting, it's like, ma'am, they're going to tell you the same thing. So she decides to take other food items. She doesn't want to pay cash for her food anymore, even though she wanted to do that. She doesn't want to pay cash anymore. Like, okay. So on our new system, our old system, we used to go into a void menu and be able to scan items to take off the items. Not anymore. We have to now search the item in their list and remove it. And as a cashier, we only have a certain amount to be able to remove before we need an override. I got to that point. So I'm calling for an override. Why aren't you taking any more items off? There's only 5 more items. Take it off. I go, ma'am, unfortunately, I'm at my limit as a cashier to take items off. Plus there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more items. Oh, whatever. the whole shebang, whole shebang. Lead comes up, he goes, "What's wrong?" I go, "I will explain later. Right now, I just need to take care of these other items. There's 8 more items that she wants off, and I can't do it because it's over my limit." Keeping in mind that everybody in line, my line is getting longer because she's being a bitch. So they're seeing this, they're hearing my explanation. They're like, okay, that makes sense, but they're getting more and more pissed off, and not at me. They're getting pissed off at Karen. So most of them are going over to my other lead's line that's helping me with the lines to get them down. And my lead is getting a kick out of this, as well as the gal over self-checkout. Now, normally, I will go into my Valley Girl like, "Oh, so totally, no problem. Let me get this taken care of." That's my psychotically chipper situation. This woman was getting me so fucking pissed off that I couldn't even get into that. We would have seen me as a very, very in control Professor Hulk, because I was about ready to Hulk out on this bitch. I wanted to claw her skin off. That's how bad she was pissing me off. And I was biting my tongue so hard not to say anything back to her while my lead was up there, biting my tongue. He finally said, "Ma'am, we're not fighting. We're taking," so he finally gets her all taken care of. She makes her payment and leaves. It's like, bitch. And I'm telling my other customers, sorry. They're like, "Nah, you're okay. We get you. No problem." I was livid by the time. And after that, my one lead's like, he didn't even ask me what was going on. He's like, it's probably because he already got the full story just by talking to her. And keep in mind, if you're using EBT, 99 times out of 100, it will take the full amount of the food purchase that you have and leave your non-food items for another total. But if you do not have enough for all the food that you have purchased, it's going to include, the new balance is going to include not only your food, but your non-food items. That's how EBT works. It doesn't split your order into this is this and this is this. If you don't want your other items mixed in with your food, like your non-food items, you don't want your non-food items mixed in with your food, put a bar down, separate it, so we know, oh, okay, this is going to be another order. We might ask if you want to combine it. If you say no, okay, we don't combine it. But if you really don't want to combine, just tell us, "No, I don't want to combine." Split the order and then move on. Don't be a Karen. Don't be a bitch about it.